It's a challenging task for these emergency workers in southern Japan. The risk of more mudslides is high on the island of Kyushu. A trail of destruction can be seen from the air. There's more torrential rain and severe flooding in the weather forecast for the next few days. Weather conditions are hampering rescue efforts in the worst-hit areas, Kumamoto and Kagoshima. Half of those killed or missing since Sunday had been living in elderly care homes. And after the Kuma River burst its banks, transporting people to safety by boat is a difficult and dangerous job. On Sunday, Prime Minister Shinzo Abe set up a special task force to tackle the crisis and has deployed 40,000 military personnel to help with the rescue efforts.
Israeli Defence Minister Benny Gantz said on Sunday that the country is not, quote, necessarily behind every mysterious incident in Iran after a fire at the Natanz nuclear site prompted some Iranian officials to say it was the result of cyber sabotage. Israel has pledged never to allow Iran to obtain nuclear weapons, saying Tehran advocates its destruction. Iran denies ever seeking nuclear arms and says its atomic program is peaceful. The underground Natanz site, where a one-storey building was partly burned on Thursday, is the centrepiece of Iran's uranium enrichment program and is monitored by inspectors of the International Atomic Energy Agency.
Libya's UN-recognised government has condemned air raids on a recaptured airbase in the west of the country. It says a foreign air force carried out the attack. The loss of the facility in May was among a string of recent defeats for warlord Khalifa Haftar, pushing him out of large parts of western Libya. Haftar launched an offensive to seize the capital, Tripoli, last year.
5 airstrikes targeted by unidentified warplanes, but the government here in Tripoli, especially the Deputy Defense Minister, just stated saying that pro-Haftar foreign fighter jets carried out the attacks on Turkish military facilities in Al-Watia air base. That includes an air defense system, according to a pro-Ankara media outlet. We have not reported any comment from the Turkish military.
We start in Hong Kong, where the first man charged under the new national security law has appeared in court. The 23-year-old, identified as Tong Ying Kit, was denied bail and remained remanded in custody. He's charged with inciting succession and engaging in terrorism. Video footage appears to show him riding a motorbike into a group of policemen, injuring 3 of them during a protest on Wednesday. He was also carrying a black banner with the slogan "Liberate Hong Kong, Revolution in Our Time," which the government claims is a separatist act.
We are going to disembark tomorrow morning in Sicily.
A burst of euphoria for these 180 migrants after they received the all-clear to sail to an Italian port. This after days of being stuck in limbo on the Mediterranean in cramped conditions. Conditions that have drove some on board to breaking point, as this doctor attested to in an official report after visiting the Ocean Viking ship. He writes, "I have been able to see enormous psychological discomfort on the ship, such as to consider the situation almost out of control for guests and crew." In a surprising turn, the SOS Méditerranée declared its first ever state of emergency Friday after several migrants threw themselves overboard, this in a desperate attempt to swim to Europe.
Black power.
Oh my gosh.
Sit around. Look at what the you did. You made blacks come out. I don't see no white militia. So to the boogie boys, the 3%ers, and all the rest of you scared ass rednecks, we here. Where the you at? We in your house. Let's go. NFAC, mother. NFAC.
It makes stars out of everyday people, but there are concerns one of the world's fastest growing social media platforms is posing a threat to our national security. TikTok is facing a possible ban in Australia over fears its Chinese owners are funneling users' data to their government.
Now Canberra has its eye on TikTok.
We're very concerned about foreign interference in social media.
We need to make sure that we are protecting our democracy here and the democracies of the world.
Chinese company ByteDance owns the social media app, but behind the fun, there are concerns it's storing the private information, names, date of birth, location and facial recognition of millions of users, with the ability to be mined by the Chinese government.
We have to ask questions as to who has access to that information.
Chinese soldier Jianli Yang, a former Chinese military official and son of a leader in the Chinese Communist Party, has now said that more than 100 Chinese soldiers were killed in the clash between Indian and Chinese soldiers on the night of the 15th of June. But the Chinese government, he says, is hiding this information from the Chinese people. President Xi Jinping is worried that if the information regarding the soldiers killed in the Galwan Valley is disclosed, the serving as well as the retired soldiers could revolt. Not only this, but even then there could be a rebellion even within the Chinese Communist Party. Now, Jianli Yang has also accused the Chinese government that it is not willing to disclose the information regarding the Galwan Valley conflict.
Una musica importante senza un grande film che la ispiri.
E inventai la melodia fatta da un fischio. Ho sempre incoraggiato Sergio nei film successivi a dimenticarsela, invece lui insisteva la tromba, devi fare la tromba, fammi il fischio, infatti sul fischio l'abbiamo fatto rifare un'altra volta. Wow, wow, wow. C'è il drammatico e il divertente.
Are you ready for a Kanye West White House? Here's what Yeezy tweeted yesterday, quote, "We must now realize the promise of America by trusting God, unifying our vision, and building our future. I am running for president of the United States. Hashtag 2020 vision." So, Governor Huckabee, we ask you, are you all in on Kanye 2020?
Look, it's a free country. He can certainly run. I think he's going to be surprised to find out all of the incredible limitations upon his entertainment career the moment he becomes an official candidate for president. All of the vast financial reporting that he's going to be required to do, and all of the disclosures, some of which are not going to be pleasant for someone in the entertainment industry, and all of the limitations on the money he can earn and how he can spend it. I think it's going to be a rude awakening.